Good morning, grade 6, and welcome back to Online Art. I hope you all had such a wonderful holiday and welcome back to school. I hope your first week has gone well. I really hope we can go back into the classroom very soon. I've ordered a whole bunch of watercolours and so many things that I'm so excited to use when we get back. So hopefully it's only 4 weeks, but for now, let's make the most of what we've got. As you know, I got married in December and my new name is Mrs. Norton. Here are a couple of photos from the wedding if you'd like to see them. It was such fun. So, today we're going to be doing Van Gogh sunflowers. Alright, so here's my sunflower. I bent it a little bit, sorry, but nice big sunflower, movement in the background with those beautiful brush strokes. So Van Gogh was a post-impressionist. So this is an impressionist picture I did with the grade 5s, and you can see all the movement. It was colourful, it was bright, and that's the same as our sunflower. Okay, so he was inspired by Impressionism and he adapted it a little bit. So here's our background. We're going to go into the lesson now. I will read the slides to you and then we're going to go into the lesson. Okay, it's quite a simple lesson. If you have any questions though, you can ask me questions in the Questions for Mrs. Norton tab. Okay, right, let's dive in.
Movement and rhythm. What is movement and rhythm, and why is it important? Movement, the path the viewer's eye takes through a work of art, can be directed along lines, edges, shapes, and colour. Look at the movement shown in these pieces. Rhythm, created when one or more of the elements are used repeatedly to create a feeling of movement, creates a mood, like music or dancing. Vincent van Gogh, Dutch painter, 1853 to 1890. A post-impressionist, one of the most influential figures in the history of Western art. The picture on the left is a self-portrait. Note his style. Can you see how the brush strokes create rhythm and movement? You probably know this famous artwork of his, The Starry Night. Isn't it beautifully done? Our work today. Vincent van Gogh inspired sunflowers. Focus is movement and rhythm. Use whatever colours you have available, for example, paint, Twisties, crayons, etc. Step 1. The Starry Night inspired background. First I'm going to do it in paint, and then I'm going to show you 2 ways to do it in Twisty. So if you don't have paint at home, you can still complete the exercise.
Okay, so how Van Gogh did his art is he would get his paint and he would go in like a spiral-like motion. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to start by just doing some little swivels around like this. And maybe one like this way. Okay, so it's more like circular. What we're going to do is we're going to just do our painting. And you're going to use different tones. So tones is the different shades of a color. So we're going to make the blue lighter by adding white, mix it together. See that beautiful pastel color. Okay, so that's what you're going to do. You can use a thinner paintbrush if you would like.
That background is drying, so I'm going to use another one that I've done to show you the lines that Van Gogh used to use. This next section shows you how to use Twisties.
Okay, so Van Gogh's lines are made up of different lines, okay, so he makes it much more fluid. So with your Twisty, what you can do is use lines and connect them together to make it look more like movement. So as you can see here, that looks like it's going around like that. Okay, so you can use your Twisty for this. It might take a really long time with Twisty, so what you may do is you can do a smaller piece as opposed to doing an A4 piece. You can do a smaller piece if you're using Twisty because it will take longer than if you using a paintbrush and some paints. And if you would like to as well, what you can do is just do blocks of color for your background. Okay, so you don't have to just do tiny little lines. Okay, so with your Twisties, you can also just do bigger shapes and then just make them go around. The point of this exercise is to focus on movement. Okay, showing movement where, here we go. So showing movement using the color. Okay,
So this might be a better way if you don't want to do the tiny little strokes. This does look better. Okay, so you can see the more movement in here. There's more lines. It's more busy. This would be more of a design than anything else. It's still quite cool, but it doesn't have the same effect. Okay, so you can choose the way that you want to do your artwork. It's completely up to you. That is different to that, which is different to that, which is also different to this. So just do your best to try and get the movement. That's all I'm looking for today, boys. Just try your best. I do think this can be very beautiful if you put in the work for it. And then obviously this is also really nice.
Now we're going to look at the background in more detail.
This is our Starry Night inspired background. So as you can see, I have done lots of different blues, lots of beautiful different brush strokes in there. I just love the tones from this, all the shades and the tints, the dark blues, the light blues, and the contrast between the yellows and the blues. So this is what I would like you to do today. If you have paint, wonderful, try your best.
Once you've finished your background, you can start the sunflower. Here are some sunflowers that you can draw. These ones are a little bit more difficult, whilst these ones are a little bit more simple. They're easier to draw if you would like that. Once you've drawn and coloured in your sunflower, please cut it out.
This is my sunflower. So something that Van Gogh is known for is his sunflowers. Actually,
some of his sunflower pieces feature on stamps.
So I have done yellow with a little bit of orange, and then I've just added in this movement, this texture in here. Just flicking my paintbrush. So I've gone from dark to light, and then I've just flicked my paintbrush. You can do your sunflower however you'd like. And once you've done this, cut it out please, because we are going to stick it onto our background.
It's time to put it all together.
Right, so now I've got my background and I have my sunflower. I think I like it like this, peeking out. I like the sunflower going a little bit off the page, and I like being able to see these little things coming there. Now, my stem doesn't go completely off the page, but that's absolutely fine. I can add some leaves in, maybe 3 leaves, just to come and cover there, as well as give it a little bit more flow, so that would make it go a little bit more like that. That would be really nice. So before you stick it down, just place it on, see where you like it, and then if you're happy, stick it down. I'd suggest adding some leaves here. I will upload a photo to the general folder with my leaves, and that is our Starry Night inspired sunflower.
I hope you enjoyed the lesson, boys. So just a little bit of a recap. We've learned about movement and rhythm, we've learned about contrast, and we've drawn big. And I really enjoyed this lesson. I really enjoyed creating the sunflower. If you didn't have paint, I hope you enjoyed making the background with your Twisties or your pencil crayons. Yeah, most things can be done using different media, and so we just use what we have available to us at home. All right, have a lovely day, and we'll see you next week.